Hello, everybody. Monkey Puzzle here, and I am back for my second episode on the Art Geeks modded server on the center. I guess someone just teleported in. Anyway, all kinds of stuff to show you. I came on the other night just long enough to get my feet under me, and you can see I've got a nice little kitty cat on my shoulder. It's very cute. Maybe it looks a little bit fierce, but nothing to fear except roar. It is giant Thylacoleo. So I did that benefit of the Shoulder Pets mod, I think it's called. I'm not exactly sure. But it comes with this little backpack that you saw, Raleigh. If you watch my first episode on here, this little backpack, you put it on your critter and you use it. And then you get the little menu to pick it up. So now he's back on my shoulder so I can carry it around. And if I ever get into trouble, look out. Raw. And he is a killer, or she actually, is a killer Thylacoleo. Very high level. It's just a product of mating two of them that were here for folks to mate. A lot of resources and things ready to go at the little spawn town here. There is Crackers. Oh, and Whitman. Hello, folks. Hey. Yeah, so let me go ahead and pick this one up. Now, it needs a name. If somebody wants to give me a name for this nice killer female Thylacoleo, that's pretty cool. I have not tamed one myself still yet, but this being the modded server, I'm going to let myself do a lot of things that I wouldn't otherwise. And let me see, I'm all decked out in the armor that Raleigh gave me. And you can see I've got a nice little hat too, courtesy of the Cute Hair mod, which also includes like Skyrim helmets and stuff like that. I was just trying to do a little bit better than... I don't like the flak helmet because it hides your face, you know, and it's not very attractive at all. So we can put that on it. And I've got all these other ones too. We could do like a, let me see, a top hat. That's like a Alice in Wonderland style there. Or we could take that off and let me see. We've got the Elven armor from Skyrim, which is pretty cool. A little bit too much. And even though when you grab your die, didn't mean to do that. Close. When you grab your die, it says you can dye these, but it doesn't actually let you. And so I was considering that one, and this one's kind of cool. Yeah, what was it called? The Jagged Crown. I like that. It doesn't quite match the armor, though. Maybe if I re-dyed my armor, I could get that to go. But that's pretty fierce, and it shows a lot of my face. And then I think that's all the options. Oh yeah, and there was the Daedric armor to another Skyrim one. Pretty neat looking. Colors match okay, but hides my face. That was my second choice, but we'll go back to this one, the Orcish one. So those are all Skyrim ones. And you may remember from when I played on the YMC Arc server, they look like this. There's this bottle of whiskey, there's this helmet, there's this thing of apples, and each one of them gives you different things you can make. So this is the apples are lots of girl hair, mostly anime style. This one is all helmets and masks and stuff. And then these go on. This is a lot of male hair and different masks and things like that. So yeah, and these kitties too, I don't remember them from before, but they are more of the same. So lots of choices. I'll definitely be playing around with that. There's also the vanilla armor skins too, where I could take like a skin of a chitin armor and put it on my flak armor if I didn't like the look of the flak. So that's pretty cool. And then more things that I have been playing with here are the, you see, the reusable items mod. And that gave me a bunch of stuff. So I have reusable bolas. So when, after these are done, I get them back in my inventory. How cool is that? And these spears I get them back as well. And my favorite of this is the reusable grapple hook, which is pretty cool because now with this I can just like grapple to my heart's content, and I will never not have a grapple hook. So I could just keep going. I spent maybe like an hour just trying to climb the walls here and stuff like that, so that's pretty neat. So we can act like we're in Worlds Adrift. If I can get down here. I just need to do... Woo! Let me down. And then... Okay, I think I can get off now. So I will be doing lots of that. Indeed. And I've gone back and forth between having 3 grapples and 2 grapples, but as long as I have 2, I'm good to go. So those are all pretty handy. I like those a lot. You know, definitely would be cheaty in vanilla, but we're not in vanilla. That doesn't apply. So one thing I should do real quick before I mess around too much and play with all this stuff, I might die. And I don't want to lose all this nice stuff. So I have went ahead and made this thing my personal grave. It's my grave. And it just took a little stone and cementing paste. It wasn't that bad. But if I put it down here somewhere out of the way now, then when I die, all I gotta do is do that, I guess, and I will get my stuff back. But I don't have any stuff to reclaim, so I guess I can't look in it until that's the case. But whoa, oh, actually dropped my thylacoleo. So yeah, now we are set with that. Another thing I want to use pretty soon is there's this thing called the Super Trank Arrow mod. Super Trank mod, something like that. And if I had some rare flowers, I could make a trank arrow that is way better than your normal trank arrows. And basically, you take a trank arrow and then you put 10 more narcotics into it, and 1 rare flower and 1 rare mushroom, and it does a ton of torpor, and it also really increases the hunger of whatever you're trying to tame, so that it will eat much faster and tame much faster. And the tames here are set pretty high too. It's 10 times, which is the old 20 times. So, oh yeah, and with that, I was able to tame this iguanodon. It's pretty neat. This was a 174. I found it right outside the gates there. And I tamed this, you know, relatively legit. I just used regular trank arrows that I had leveled myself up to, and that's pretty cool. And the cool thing about these is on all 4s they have infinite stamina, so I will never run out. And I've been just leveling up the speed a little bit and the health and the weight. It takes a bit of leveling up, does a little bit of yoga when you level it, but it's cool. So now I've got, these are my first 2 tames, a very high level iguanodon and a very high level thylacoleo. So together, you know, I could travel like that with my thylacoleo, and we are a unit. So I'm actually just like this, ready to go on adventures out there. And we've already lost the sun, the shadows here, man. But anyway, the thing I really want to get into right now, though, is I want to make a flying raft. Raleigh picked me up on one. He had made it look like a big galleon. And yeah, it was pretty amazing. And I've got set up over here with this floatstone forge. I am making floatstone. And you know, it takes a while for this stuff to make. You are basically forging regular metal, and once in a while, instead of turning into an ingot, they'll turn into floatstone. But you can see they perish, they spoil pretty darn quickly. So the most I've seen in here so far has been 5 at a time, and not guaranteed when the next one's going to come. So it's a risk, and they take various amounts of floatstone to make all the different kind of flying rafts. So there's also more stuff around here. I want to just take you around and show you. But let's go ahead and get this going, and then I'll take you on a little tour of the rest of the stuff here that's in the community center. And we'll get our flying raft, and we will be ready to go. So the decision I need to make right now is which one I'm going to go for in here in structures. And by the way, this is the Flying Rafts Craft Station, and this is the Floatstone Forge. So not a regular forge, obviously, because it makes the floatstone. It is a special one. So in here, in the structures and the rafts, you can see I have a whole range of these different rafts I can make. And if you go to the Steam Workshop page for flying rafts, you'll see there's a picture of the different abilities or ratings of each of these, and they vary in size, health, weight, how much you can build on them, the speed, and the cost. And so going up, you can see this one takes 1 floatstone, 3 floatstone, and 4 floatstone, and 5, 8. Yeah, which one is this? This is the flying cutter. Actually, so I will never get up to that one. I was thinking I'd maybe be happy with that one because it has really high speed and it's like mid-size. This one here, the flying clipper. Oh, something died. Oh man, that's terrible. Those lead scythes, man. So this is the solution to that. You can actually get it off the water and fly. This is the fastest one of all of them, actually, right here. And it's not that hard to make. And we have all the stuff except the floatstone. And the floatstone's right here. So let's just go ahead and take these 3, the ones that are about to spoil, and we'll go ahead and throw them in there. And just before that one goes, let's go ahead and make this raft. So we're going to go for number 2, the flying clipper. The first one is just called flying raft. Here we go. All right. So we are making ourselves a flying raft. Now, as that thing makes, in order to build on it, we're going to need to add something to it. There's a bunch of different things you can add to it in here. If we go up, there is the raft parts section here. And in here we can make different kinds of sails with different pictures and stuff on them. Platforms, decking, and hulls. I think hulls and decking are mainly cosmetic. I'm not sure, but they change what those look like. But the platforms are basically like platform saddles that you can add onto them. And you need to put these on to build. It's speculated that they actually are using an animal, platform animal, in order to do this with, and so you need a platform saddle on an animal to be able to build on it. It's not actually a raft, but that's too technical. We won't worry about that. But this is the one for the flying clipper, and I've already got all the stuff in here to make it as well. I was working on this for a bit to get ready for this, and I made more stuff than I need because I was sort of dreaming that maybe I could go up to one of these, but all is well and good because this is going to be just fine. And I just wanted to point out before we grab those and do something with it that, let me see, these ones down here, they're using the metal platforms and they're actually like flying saucers. That one's actually called the flying saucer, and that one is the mothership. So that's, how cool is that? All right, so we'll definitely work our way up to a mothership before we're done with this, because how could we not? So I should just put this out because it's just going to make more floatstone that's going to go to waste. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw this down. Now, I don't think I need to do it on the water. Let's see how this goes. Ah, there it is. There is our flying clipper. So we can get on here and then, woo, yes, space makes you go up. Oh yeah. And this is how fast we are. So we are already mobile in here. So that is so cool. So now I can get all over the map. I mean, I already could because they have the teleporters and because there's some flyers that I could borrow in town and so on. But yeah, now we can build a mobile base on here and fly all around the place and see if we can figure out where we want to set up shop and build something really grand. Because with all these boosted rates and mod boosts and everything like that comes great responsibility to do ridiculous things, which we will have to do. So now I just need to see if I can land this thing. Bam, and okay, we're outside town. Oh, it is landed. I'm still on it. Go back up. Just need to get in here. Whoa. Okay, you just land with space just like you would on a flyer. And so if you get into its inventory, if I can figure out how to do that, here in the saddle you can see it's got saddle, torso, legs, costume. We're going to go ahead and put this platform in there. And now, check it out. It's got this giant aerodynamic platform on it. And who needs a sail? We can go ahead and hide that. And what happens when we do that? Does that change how it looks? Oh, wow. That really gives us a view when we go into third person mode. Can we change that? Oh, 5 times. Let's see what that looks like. So when you pull out, oh, that's cool. That gives us a nice view from third person. Wow. What happens if I get off midair? I am standing on it. And it's still moving a little bit. It's a little jerky, but it's working. So 1 times, 5 times. That's excellent. Oh, we can hide the platform? Oh, wow. So after we build on it, we could do that too. But we're going to show it because I think it just gives it more substance. So we are ready to go here. That's awesome. I'm just going to plow into things. Let me see. Obviously, they shouldn't have given me one of these yet because I'm a danger to society. Cool, so I wanted to accomplish that with you guys. I think I can safely leave it there for the moment. And what I need to figure out is how reliably it can carry my animals, my tames. Obviously, if they're on my shoulder, it's not an issue. But if I put an iguanodon on there, if I can move it around and stuff, I'll experiment with that more later. But just briefly, before we check out from this episode, I just wanted to show you what they've done in town here. I'm losing some light, unfortunately. So we'll just have to gamma up. And that's a little too much. Yeah. So it's a nice little starter ground they have here. If I didn't say it before, this is on Raleigh the Geek and Unite the Clans Patreon server, and they were nice enough to let me come on. Oh, I got a level up. I'm trying to get to level 50 because that's when I'll be able to make a saddle for my Thylacoleo. I actually can't do it quite yet, which is unfortunate for me. Oh, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Excellent. Oh yeah, look, I got all these levels. I guess from crafting that raft stuff, rafts are usually pretty good for that, but I guess these are extra good because they're extra rafts. Wow. Cool. So I can actually make the saddle for my Thylacoleo. We'll have to do that before we sign off. But they got a bunch of the artifacts out here. And so this is the community center in here. They've got stuff for people in all these different inventories here. And you can also, some people have their graves in here and some stuff laying around. And bulk dry beer kegs. Oop, got a little rubber banding. It happens. Okay. I guess you can make beer without water. That doesn't seem right to me. I'd use the old one. But mainly I've been using this facility right here where we made the rafts and stuff. It's got all kinds of stuff you need. These are the crafting benches for Ecos mods, which have all kinds of decorative stuff, which I am going to definitely be using. This is a market crafting cart. This is also part of Ecos mods. It's not an actual bear, but there's a bunch of stuff that we can craft. And here we've got the bulk stuff mod. I forget exactly what it's called, but the bulk forge basically helps you forge up metal pretty much just as fast as the industrial forge, but at just a beginner price and just with wood and stuff. And then we've got the bulk grinder, which is basically a really beefed up mortar and pestle. This is really cool. This is a kibble table, and when I was imprinting the Thylacoleo, I made really good use of this. You can make all kinds of kibbles out of here. Like we can search up Lystro egg kibble, maybe? I know it's in here. There it is. Yeah. So you can make it any kind of kibble you need with various stuff. And I guess, oh, could I make this? It takes 35 metal to make that. So basically you exchange metal for kibble or stuff. Oh, and this is rare flowers, and oh, I can do the narcotics, so I can make my super trank arrows just with this. And yeah, you can get kibble on the spot, so when you're imprinting something, if you need whatever kibble, it's in there. And then this is the work table for the advanced rafts mod, which I will show you something from that in just a second. And then you got all your basic fabricators. This is the Structures Plus fabricator and the Structures Plus industrial grinder. And those have various buffs and things that we will, make them extra cool. And the crafting tables from Structures Plus have so many slots that they work as actually really good storage things too, because they've just got a ton of slots. And it doesn't say in the new UI how many slots something has, but it's a lot. And so on. Industrial grill and this bulk fridge. I guess that's a new thing that's part of the bulk mod. And lots of slot stuff. And you can convert resources here for scorched earth out of stuff that's kind of island stuff. And then the platform smithy. You saw me make good use of this on the Vanilla with Sprinkles season with the Gaming Evolved, where I made my platform base and bulk smithy, Structures Plus smithy. So it's getting fully nighttime at this point, or almost. Whitman has left the Ark. Bye, Whitman. But the advanced raft mods lets you make improvements on all kinds of rafts, or it has sort of like the flying rafts mod. It's got different models of rafts you can make that are either faster, bigger, and so on. And then it has some of these prefab things too, which is just really cool. I mean, it's super easy. Oh, it looks like something needs to be done about those guys. Wow, that's some decent levels, and they're going around chewing on things. We'll take care of them in a second. But this thing is basically just a raft. And you can't go in it or do anything like that, but you can ride around on the top of it and mount it just like a regular raft and sail around. I think I'm gonna have to do something about these raptors. Hi guys. Meet my Thyla. Let's see. Go get him. Oh, 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 bad boy. All right. Oh, man. Get him. All right. I'm going to have to put everything back. Whoopsie. And I'm out for a second. I forgot that would activate all the critters around. That was a new move right there, but I will fix it. I'll put everybody back. This might be how I sign out because it's pretty hilarious. So, this is Monkey Puzzle. I'm going to make a saddle for my Thylacoleo so I can do that the right way next time. And there's going to be lots more modded stuff coming very soon. I'm going to have great fun with this. So this particular server is like the Disneyland of Ark, and all kinds of fantastic stuff will happen here. So I will see you soon. This is Monkey Puzzle signing out from Modded Wonderland on the Ark Geeks modded server on the center. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching until the very end. Bye-bye. Hey.